Hello, it's Missy. Thank you for watching. For today's video, I wanted to share some hairstyles using fishtail braids. So let me know in the comment section which of the hairstyles is your favorite. Like and subscribe, click that notification bell so you never miss any future uploads, and let's get started. For the first hairstyle, I'm going to begin by flipping my head upside down. Since I'm creating a braid going up the back of my head, I find that this is the easiest way to do this style so the hair will fall out of the way. So I'm going to divide off a small section of hair at the nape of my neck to use for my braid. And I'm dividing this section into 3 pieces to begin a regular 3-strand braid. And then I'm going to combine the middle and right strand together so I have 2 sections for the fishtail braid. So to create the fishtail braid, I'm going to be taking small sections of hair from one side and cross them over and add them into the opposite side, while also incorporating new sections of hair into the braid. So I'm dividing off a small section of hair from the left side, crossing it over to the right side. Then I'm picking up a new section of hair from next to the braid and crossing it over to the opposite side as well. Then I'm going to divide off a new section of hair from the right side and cross it over to the left side. Then I'm picking up a new section of hair next to the braid and incorporating it into the opposite side as well. And I'm going to continue this pattern, creating a French braid style fishtail braid, crossing small sections from one side over to the opposite side, while also incorporating new sections of hair into the braid. So I'm taking a small section from the left side and crossing it over to the right side. Then I'm picking up a new section of hair and incorporating it into the right side section as well. Then I'm dividing off a small section of hair from the right side, crossing it over to the left. Then I'm picking up a new section of hair and incorporating it into the braid, crossing it over to the left. Then I'm going to divide off a new section of hair from the left side and cross it over to the right side. Then I'm picking up a new section of hair from next to the braid and incorporating it into the opposite side section. I'm going to divide off a small section of hair from the right side and cross it over to the left side. Then I'm going to pick up a new section of hair next to the braid and cross this over to the opposite side as well. And I'm going to continue the braid up the back of my head until I've added in hair from above both of my ears. And once the braid reaches high enough on my head, I'm going to grab a bobby pin and just slide this over the end of the braid so it doesn't unravel. And now I'm going to create the bun portion of the hairstyle. So I'm going to flip my head back, right side up, and brush the rest of my hair together at the crown of my head, being very careful with the braid that's at the back. And I'm going to create the bun right at the crown of my head. So I'm going to take my hairband and wrap this once over the section. Then I'm going to bring all of the hair forwards and spread the hair around the hairband, kind of finding the center of the ponytail. Then I'm going to wrap the hairband twice more over the hair to create a bun shape around the hairband. And then I'm just going to pull sections of the bun in opposite directions, and this will tighten the bun against my head while also making the sections a little bit bigger and fuller. Then with the ends that are left sticking out, I'm going to combine all of these together at the front of the bun, and I'm just going to loop this section back towards the base of the bun and tuck the hair around the hairband to hold it in place. But then I'm just going to pull on sections of the bun to close off any gaps in the hair, add some volume at the top, and then just smooth down any flyaways with some hairspray. For the ponytail hairstyle, I'm going to begin by parting my hair in a deep side part on the right side. I want the majority of my hair on one side so I can use it to make the braid a lot bigger. So I'm going to divide off a small section of hair right next to the part and split this into 3 smaller pieces. I'm going to begin a regular braid, but I'm going to be crossing the side strands under the middle strand so the braid will sit out on top of my hair. So I'm going to cross the 2 side strands once under the middle strand, and then I'm going to switch to a fishtail braid. So I'm combining the middle and the right strands together. So now I have 2 sections of hair for the fishtail braid. Now I'm going to begin crossing small sections of hair underneath and add them into the opposite side, and then also incorporate new sections of hair into the braid as well. So I'm dividing off a small section from one side and crossing it under to the other side. Then I'm going to pick up a new section of hair from my head and cross it underneath and add it into the opposite side as well. So I'm taking a small piece from the left side and I'm crossing it underneath and adding it into the right side. Then I'm picking up a small section of hair next to the braid and crossing it under, adding it into the right side as well. Then I'm going to take a small piece from the right side and cross it underneath, adding it into the left side section. I'm going to pick up a new section of hair next to the braid and cross it underneath, adding it into the left side section as well. And I'm going to repeat those steps, continuing the braid by dividing off small sections of hair from one side and cross them under to the opposite side, while also incorporating new sections of hair into the braid as well. And I'm creating this braid down the left side of my head along my hairline. And I want the braid to go into the ponytail, so in order to make sure that happens easily without any bumps in the hair, I'm going to continue the braid down towards my left ear. And then once the braid reaches my ear, I'm going to stop incorporating sections of hair into the braid and just continue braiding the section in a regular fishtail braid. So I'm still taking small sections of hair from one side and crossing them under, adding them into the opposite side, alternating between the left and the right side sections of hair. And once the braid goes down far enough that it will reach into the ponytail, I'm going to go back over the braid and gently pull on small sections along the sides of the braid so they slide up and out of the braid. This will make the braid look wider, so I'm going to go up and down both sides of the braid, pulling on the hair so the hair slides out of the braid, and this is what will make it look a lot more full. And then once the braid is as big as I would like, I'm just going to take a bobby pin and slide it over the ends so it doesn't unravel. Now I'm going to combine the rest of my hair together at the back of my head where I want my ponytail to sit. And then I'm going to add in the braid last and tie it all together using a hairband. Once the ponytail is all tied off, I'm going to create another fishtail braid with a section of hair from the ponytail. This is an extra step, but it will make it look like the braid from your head is continuing into the ponytail and down the ponytail, which I think looks really cool. So I'm just dividing off a small section of hair, and then I'm splitting it into two smaller sections. And I'm going to take a small piece of hair from one side and cross it under to the opposite side. And I'm just going to continue this pattern, crossing small sections of hair from one side, adding them into the opposite side, alternating between the left and the right side sections, until the braid reaches down near the bottom of the section. Then of course I'm going to go back over the braid and carefully pull on the sides to gently loosen the braid, and the hair will slip slightly out of the braid as well, and this is what will make it look wider and more full, so it will show up better and be easier to see. Then I'm just going to take a clear elastic band and tie off the end of the braid. And now as a last step, of course, I'm going to hide the hairband around my ponytail. So I'm going to take my topsy tail tool and slide the end underneath the hairband so the loop is at the top. Next, I'm going to divide off a small section of hair from the ponytail, and I'm going to wrap it a couple times around the hairband. And then I'm just going to bring the ends through the loop at the top of the tool. And then while holding the hair in place through the loop, I'm going to pull the end of the tool down so the loop at the top slides underneath the hairband. This will pull the ends from that wrapped piece through the hairband, and this is what will help hold it in place. For the half-up style, I'm going to have my hair parted on the right side. I'm going to divide off a small section of hair on this left side near the part and divide it into 3 pieces to begin my braid. And again, I'm going to begin a regular 3-strand braid. So I'm crossing the side strands once over the middle strand before combining 2 of the strands together, because now I'll switch to the fishtail braid. So I always combine the middle strand with the right strand because I tend to cross the right strand over first. But then what I'm going to do for the fishtail braid is I'm going to take a small piece from the outside edge of the right strand and cross it over, adding it into the left strand. Then I'm picking up a new section of hair and crossing it over to the left strand. Then I'm taking a small piece from the outside of the left strand and crossing it over to the right strand. Then I'm going to pick up a new section of hair and cross it over to the right strand as well. And I'm going to repeat this pattern 4 more times. So I'm always dividing off a small piece of hair from one side section, crossing it over the top to the opposite section. Then I'm picking up a new piece of hair next to the braid and crossing it over as well, incorporating it into the opposite side section. And I'm going to be bringing in 4 new sections to both sides of the braid. So I'm just alternating this pattern, crossing small sections from one side over to the opposite side while incorporating new sections of hair into the braid. And once I've brought in 4 sections, I'm going to stop adding in new sections of hair and just continue crossing small pieces of hair from one side over to the opposite side to continue the fishtail braid. By only bringing in a few sections of hair, this will create the French braid style braid, but it will also ensure that once the braid is pinned, there won't be any weird bumps in the braid at the top against my head. So I'm crossing small sections of hair from one side over to the opposite side and incorporating them into that opposite section. And I'm going to repeat those steps, continuing the fishtail braid until it reaches about halfway down the section of hair. Then I'm going to go back over the braid and of course gently pull on the sides so small sections slide up and out of the braid. This will make the braid look wider and a little more casual instead of being really tight and small. So I'm going to go up and down both sides of the braid, gently pulling on small sections to make the braid look more full. And once the braid is all pulled apart, I'm going to lay it against the back of my head and pin it in place with some bobby pins. I like to slide my bobby pins in through the middle of the braid, going up along the braid so they don't show. This will also help make sure that they don't snag other sections of hair as well and get caught in the bobby pin. And then I'm just going to lay some hair from the top of my head over the end of the braid. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comment section which of the hairstyles was your favorite, and if you like videos like this one, make sure to click the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Either way, it helps me out. Be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell, then you'll never miss any future uploads, and I will see you next time.